Hi, my name is Paulina Chancay. I am from Second Bach A, wife B. My name is Sarah, and this was a terrible situation. My mom was an English woman, and she didn't like hot countries or a lot of noise. She was tall, about 50 years old, with blue eyes and long face. She came out the door of the prison for a long time, but nothing happened. After 20 minutes, she could enter to see me. Mother, I am very happy to see you. I got up and began to run across the room to my mom. But the policeman moved quickly and stood between us, so we sat down on the table and talked. She asked me what happened. I immediately told her that I didn't do it. She believed me, but I couldn't explain it to her because I didn't know when it began. I didn't understand it. I only know that we were arrested because they found us heroin in our bags, in our toothbrush. I am crying. I am unhappy. My mom thought that I traveled with Stefan. Stefan was on the plane too. I don't know why, but he wasn't with me. She didn't know that we weren't friends now. I left him about 2 months ago, and then I met Hassan. I was with Hassan at the airport. I am sure Hassan didn't know about the heroin. He's a good man. Then, the 10 minutes have already passed. My mom will go to the courtroom tomorrow. I sat quietly at the table in the room and looked at my hands and told her the truth, but I didn't tell her everything. I put my hands in my face. I was in the prison 3 days ago. The detective inspector Afi, who brought us to the prison, talked with my mother. She wanted to know more about Hassan. Hassan is a rich boy from a good family. His father has 2 or 3 shops, I think. And the police in this town know him too. One day, Hassan hit a police car, and the police car went into the river. These are all that the detective told my mom. He told her that's no good notice. The next morning, my mom went to the courtroom. She was the first there. She sat in the courtroom and waited. Many people came in and saw a man and his wife. They are Hassan's father and mother. Then the lawyers come in with many papers, and they go into the jury. There were 12 people in the courtroom, men and women. Finally, some policemen came in. We came with them. I looked afraid, and my face was very white. I looked across the courtroom, saw my mother, and gave her a sad smile. There were 2 policemen behind me, but my mom didn't look at them. She looked at the tall, dark young man beside me, Hassan. He looked at me and I smiled. I smiled back at him. There were 2 policemen and the young man beside me. He looked at me and smiled. The police lawyer began. These 2 young people came into our country last week, he said. The young man lived in this country, and the young woman in English. At the airport, the police looked in their bags. They found 3 tubes of toothpaste. This toothpaste, he had the 3 tubes in his hands. Everybody could see them. Why didn't these 2 young people have this heroin in their bags? I can tell you, because heroin is one of the most expensive drugs too. They can sell this tube of heroin in our country for perhaps 8,000 pounds. Easy money. Many people in our country Young people, school children too, the police lawyer said. He sat down, and an airport policeman went to the front of the courtroom. The police lawyer stood up again. Please, tell the court about Sarah Harlan and Hessen, he said the airport policeman. Yes, sir. Well, you see, there was a telephone call. Someone telephoned me before the plane arrived. The telephone caller said, there's some heroin on their plane. A young man and a young woman are carrying it. But I don't know who made the call, the airport policeman answered. I don't like that police lawyer. Those questions was very difficult. I couldn't answer them. I was angry. I don't talk about Stefan. He's different now. He came to see me at our hotel the night before we came to this country. Why is here? I don't love him. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The jury left too. The police took me and Hassan. We went back to prison. Tomorrow morning we can continue. My eyes were not red now, but I looked very tired. My hands were near my mother's on the table. Mother, I love him, I said in the court. You hear me? And Hassan loved me too, and he does not buy or sell heroin. I stopped talking and put my hands on my stomach. What's the matter? My mother asked. My face was very white, but I looked a little better. My baby, mother. I am going to have a baby. It has a baby. We went to come to England and tell you about it there, but no, we can't. I love him, and he wants to be my husband. My mother's face was white now. For nearly a minute, she could say nothing. She wanted to cry, but she didn't. At last, she said, "Oh, Sarah, what's going to happen to this baby?" The next morning, at 4:30, my mom stopped on a quiet road in front of an auto. She waited, and when she heard a car behind the auto, the car's door opened and closed. She waited quietly and then looked down the road. A man walked into the road and stood next to a shop. He did not look at my mother, but the mother looked at him and smiled. Then she walked into the room. She went to upstairs and knocked on the door of the bedroom. Stephen answered. My mom walked quickly and into the room. It's 4:30. Sarah is in the court again at 10 o'clock. I need your help, my mother said. But Stephen refused. He couldn't help me. My mom opened her handbag. Look at this. It is a tube of toothpaste. A policeman gave at me, and he took it from a man. You met that man last night, Stephen. You gave him 10 tubes of toothpaste. What was that tube of toothpaste? Why? Stephen said nothing. She looked at the toothpaste and stood up. But my mom was between him and the door. But my mom took his hand. You don't love Sarah? Do you, Stephen? You hate her because she left you? You put 3 of these tubes in Sarah's bag and then you phoned the police? You told them about the tubes in my daughter's bags? You want Sarah die? No, Stephen said. No, Sarah, I put 10 in Hassan's bag. No, Sarah, I wanted to Hassan die. The door swung open. Inspector Acid put his hand on Stephen's arm. It is old story, young man, he said. It's happened every day. My first girlfriend left me for a new man. I had him, but I didn't want to kill me. Come on, let's go. You can tell your story to the judge. At 11 o'clock that morning we were free. I stood with my mother, Inspector Athie, and Mr. Chang. I smiled happily. The nightmare was over, and that's all. My mom is going to have a long cold drink in Quiet Garden with my new boyfriend. She wanted to know a lot more about him. And that is all. Thanks.